Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike. It is Wednesday's our midweek update, and markets here. We had the Fed come and go. The Fed did a 0.50 basis point hike. They plotted out a path for next year that brings us to 5.1%, which was higher than the market was expecting. They talked about no rate cuts until at least 2024, keeping policy restrictive. Talked about that the data tends to lag their rate cuts, but is unwilling to change their course and needs to see more proof that their rate cuts are having an effect upon inflation and is committed to their cause and using their tools. The most surprising comment to me was Powell saying he has no idea if we're going to have a recession or not. This is their job, is to know this. I thought that was absolutely amazing for them to say that. This is their job. So all said and sort, the market came out here. My initial read on this is that the Fed is not our friend, but they are cognizant that they are in danger of really hurting the economy and sending us into recession, but they're not willing to do anything about it at this time or forecasting it in the near future. Market is now pricing in a 0.25 basis point hike as we go in the January meeting, which will be the next meeting. We're done here until then. And that's that. If you're looking at what went on today, the market had a quiet little bounce here on the open, and we went sideways with not much and then sold off on the Fed. And here's your move back down. We hit the 21-day on the SPY, we held it, and we're still under the 200-day, and we're right now under the 8-day with about 25 minutes to go. Not much going on here. If you're asking what was the play of the day, there's only been one name that really has been a good trader the last 2 days, and that was Moderna. Moderna had another huge move here yesterday, big move, another big move here today. Look at the size of this move. This went from 165 to 217 in 2 sessions. Is it hot? Yes. Is it extended? Yes. But I want you guys to remember something, is that Moderna, when it's in play, this thing can move. Look at this weekly candle. You can see this thing can get, look at these couple weeks here it had on this thing. When it's in play, this thing can absolutely skyrocket. It's skyrocketing on news that their partnership with Merck has yielded positive results on a test of 150 patients with Keytruda and their mRNA cancer vaccine. Don't know a lot of the details. We know it's going to go on to bigger and wider testing, but this would give them something very important. It would give them another drug to sell, and that's something they have lacked for a long time. We've had a couple handle pattern here on Moderna that has broken out. So, here's your next move up to 220, and then, I can see this thing popping into the 230 area. We'll keep an eye on it as we keep moving. You take this aside today, there wasn't a lot out there. Tesla put a new 52-week low in, hit my 155 target area. For what it's worth, Tesla is now into a area of support. It has a lot of volume in this area. When you come back here, you can see back here in 2020, you've had this long range flag between the roughly 255 area, and we'll call the bottom of it roughly 130 area. And, it's into a support range. It come down there, it can go lower if it wants to. It's in a support range, but it continues to be weaker in the markets. And that's the most important thing to remember. I don't care if you're an Elon Musk fan or a Tesla head or what you think. Right now, it is trading weaker in the markets, and it needs to be treated cautiously until it shows strength versus the markets, because that's what we want, is when it leads. What else out there today? Not much, guys. It was kind of one of those quiet days. Doku continues a nice little march here since earnings. Apple was holding in fairly well until the Fed came out. It sold off. Meta continues to have some relative strength in this market. It's back up close to the gap, so we'll continue to keep an eye on it. Gap starts at 124.67. It got very close to that today. Yeah, and since we're out there talking about it, this little grab, it's basically a Grubhub of Singapore. It's now had 30,000 of the January 4 calls bought on it. I am not, please, I would not recommend a name like this to anybody. I don't know enough about it to even talk about this name or anything like this. Too late. Some people bought it. But it's interesting because obviously somebody's expecting something to happen with this little name. Maybe it's buyout speculation. Maybe somebody thinks they know something. Too many too lates in the room. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. We have retail sales tomorrow. That's going to be an important number. And then PPI flash on Friday. And Friday is the quad witch for December. That means options expire, futures expire. We have a whole bunch of stuff going, SPY going ex dividend, a whole bunch of stuff going on. So with that said, I hope you're all well. And if you want to join us, there's a link in the description below. I'm feeling better today, guys, and hopefully I'm back to almost a normal schedule tomorrow. Have a good one. Catch you guys in the AM.